Hey, my babies. So, I wanted to talk about the 12 universal laws, and this is a good thing to definitely start out your spiritual journey with. You want to have the foundation of the laws that govern creation itself. And if you have not yet learned them on your spiritual journey yet, it seems like it is divine timing and it's time to learn. Now, the 12 universal laws are basically laws that ancient people from time immemorial just intrinsically and intuitively came to know govern creation itself. And there are 12 of them, and a little bit of a secret one if you stick with me on this. I'm going to explain this in multiple parts. I don't think that I'm going to separate all 12 into 12 different videos, but this is going to be a multiple part series. Now, I am going to do these in no particular order necessarily, but since we are talking about the 12 universal laws, I think it's actually appropriate that we kind of start with the one that, in my opinion, is definitely the most important, because as a collective, it's the one that we suck at the most, and that is the law of divine oneness. Now, the law of divine oneness simply states that the universe is all. There is an all-encompassing all, and there is an interconnectedness between all living things. The trees, the birds, the bees, the fish in the ocean, and humans. Every single holy book that I have read, and pretty much every spiritual teaching all around the world, speaks something to the effect of God being something that is inside of us. So that would mean that as humans, we all have that little God spark inside of us, and we are just billions of different iterations of God expressing itself in different vessels. So I am you, you are me. As humans, we break this law every single day. We allow silly things like religion, skin color, gender, sexual preference, sports teams, things as trivial as sports teams, to separate us from each other. And one of the reasons why this is so important is because if you see things or people as something outside of yourself, number one, this automatically detaches you from God, that all-encompassing all, that created everything. So if God created me and created you, that means that we are one in the same. And missing out on this causes us to not exercise grace and compassion with each other. One thing that I will never ever do is run around and pretend that I am perfect. However, I don't run around. One thing that I am very careful about doing is I don't go around hurting people, because I understand the law of divine oneness. So if I hurt you, I'm hurting myself. If I don't love me, I can't love you, and so on and so on and so on. And so this is the thing, that this illusion of separation is what causes us to hate each other because of skin color or because we worship a different God. This is what makes us think that we're better than that homeless person on the street, or that person that is addicted to drugs, or that person is in that situation where we're like, it can't be me. That is you, just in a different vessel. So the law of divine oneness is definitely the one that we should always keep in mind. And also nature, even if you look at this from a scientific point of view, there was a show, I think it was on the History Channel, it was called The Universe, and scientists actually explained that we are all made up of all of the material that was created in the Big Bang. So this spark came into creation, and all of these gases and different particles and protons and electrons all coalesced into the planets, which coalesced into the separating of all of the different elements, which led to water and oxygen and gave life to the first life on this planet, which was bacteria, which led all the way from that simple single cell organism all the way to the dinosaurs and the trees and the sharks and us. For us to think that we are outside of the thing that created us, which is in everything and everyone around us, eventually it has to be a very lonely feeling to feel so disconnected from everything. You are the wind, you are the trees, you are the water in the ocean. We are all that ever was, is, and ever will be. And so the importance of the law of oneness is to not only see that everything is connected, to actually give you a sense of wholeness on a cosmic level. Because when I came into this realization, I was so full, and it made me feel complete, because it kind of actually proved to me something that I had always innately known, is that I am connected to all things because I am made from the thing that created all things. So when I say that I love you guys, this is why I genuinely mean it. I love you because I love me. And I know that because you are me and I am you. We are not separate from each other. We are simply different vessels that hold God, that are expressing itself in different ways. And once we understand that, it becomes a little bit easier to exercise grace and compassion with our brothers and our sisters. So, hopefully this helps, and this is going to be just the first in a series that is going to help explain all of these different laws. And also too, by the end of this, you'll actually begin to see how, although there may be 12 laws, they are actually, even in and of themselves, exercising oneness, because none of these laws stand independent from the others. And that in itself, once you realize that by the end of this series, that in and of itself may just blow your mind. So, as you go about your day and go through, hopefully you begin to feel one with everything that is in and around you, because you are everything that is in and around you. I love you.